Hi everyone, my name is Vic Veer. I want to tell you about my pillow that I'm inventing. It's pretty close to completion now. We're just about to press the button on manufacture and then get them shipped over from China into the UK to start selling them worldwide. Now, you may not have heard about this, so I'll just go back a few steps just so you know a little bit about the background about this pillow. I'm an ENT surgeon. I've got this YouTube channel, which is predominantly to help people with snoring and sleep apnea issues. And back in, I think, April 2022, I did a video and looking at all the different snore pillows out there. And when I looked at them all, I realized that they're just neck support, as far as I can tell. There wasn't much to help you sleep on your side, which was the main thing. Sleeping on your side is important for people with obstructive sleep apnea because an awful lot of people with snoring and obstructive sleep apnea seem to get better when they sleep on their side. And there's lots of reasons for that. And I won't go through that in this video. So we call that positional therapy. Sometimes you get this big backpack you wear, like the Woody Nose backpack or Zoma or something. And then there's the slumber bump, all these backpacks and things that go around your chest that force you to sleep on your side, a bit like having a big shell on your back like a turtle or a tortoise, and you can't physically roll onto your back. So that positional therapy is very useful for people with positional obstructive sleep apnea, meaning that if you're lying on your back, your snoring or your sleep apnea gets worse. When you lie on your side, it seems to get better. Now, I've done since that video where I thought to myself, actually, I think I want to make my own pillow because all of these pillows don't seem very good. And you'll see it at the very end of that video. I'll put the video up here so you can have a look at it. At the very end, I put a slide up saying, I think I'm going to make my own pillow. And that seems like such a long time ago. And since then, I've been putting lots of effort into making this design. I've went to design studios in the center of London, and unfortunately, I wasted all my money there and had to start all over again, saved up and got another place. And it's been going backwards and forwards for years because I knew I had the design in my head. It's just making it a reality was really harder than I ever expected. You think, oh, I'm a doctor, I can do anything. But really, the world is really complex. Just seriously underestimated this task. Anyway, it's now 2025 from April 2022. It's taken a long time. What I was trying to do is make something that keeps you comfortable sleeping on your side. So there's lots of things that, cause a problem when you sleep on your side. If you sleep on your side, the first thing people notice is that their shoulder goes numb or their arms go numb and their shoulder hurts because they're putting all their pressure on the shoulder and the circulation down this arm. So your fingers go into pins and needles. If you put your arm out like this to try and stop that from happening, you get pins and needles from just keeping your arm out straight like this for too long. So trying to get around that problem. So I needed a head area and also a body area here. I needed something that will stop me from hurting my shoulder. But putting just a pillow here and putting a pillow here, that doesn't work because what you end up doing is sleeping like this, and you get even more something known as hip bursitis. You put a lot of pressure on the side of your hip just about there. And in the mornings, if you've been sleeping like that for a very long time, you get pain on one side. It's difficult to walk. I tried sleeping on my side for a long time before setting this pillow up. I felt all these problems that you could feel. And hip bursitis for me was the hardest thing, particularly because I knew how to sleep on my side. I managed to get round the arm thing because I put pillows here and there. But sleeping like this hurt my back, my lower back particularly, upper lower back, and also my hip on this side. So I was like, oh, this doesn't work. So I tried to put more pillows down there. And so I've worked out all these things with my hip and my shoulders, and also had to go down to the knee. So it's a really long body pillow. It goes down to about your knee level. But also in the head area, I didn't want you to just sleep on your side because just sleeping on your side like this doesn't let your tongue roll out of the way so you can breathe better. It just lies to one side. What you really want to do is sleep in what's called the recovery position, sort of if this is the floor in front of me, sleeping like that sort of thing. So in a sort of three-quarter movement. So you'll see people when doctors finds people, on the streets, we put them into recovery position. So they're sleeping like that. Their mouth is open. Their face isn't in the concrete or in the grass or anything because you can't breathe then. But it's just sort of three-quarter view. So your face is actually into the pillow. So you can let your tongue roll forward, but you need a bit of space for you to breathe through your face, your nose and your mouth as well. So you need a space in the middle of the pillow so you can breathe through. So that was one thing. Also made my pillow in such a way that it would keep your mouth closed. Instead of you breathing like this and drooling down and breathing through your mouth, I'd want you to try and breathe through your nose rather than your mouth. So you don't wake up with a dry mouth and all the other things that can go on with obstructive sleep apnea, having a blocked nose, snoring, and things like that. The other thing is when you sleep on your side for too long, and I got this as well, just about there on my ear, it pressed on my ear for too long and started causing sort of pain and sort of little, not scabs, but a little bit of hardened tissue there that can be painful. You don't feel like sleeping on your side then, you end up sleeping on your back all the time. So I needed something that stopped my ear from hurting as well. Now, the next thing didn't happen to me. When you sleep on your side, you can do this. You can push your jaw to one side. So this bit goes that way and this bit goes that way. You can hurt the what we call the temporomandibular joint. If you're twisting your jaw like this, you can have problems, particularly if you're sleeping in the pillow like that. So I needed to work out a way where this didn't happen. But equally, some people don't want to sleep in the recovery position with their face into the pillow. They just want to sleep on their side relatively comfortably without causing all these problems. So I had to figure out a way to do that as well in the same pillow. Now, one thing I didn't realize is that some women said that they don't like sleeping on their side because they're worried about creases or wrinkles happening in their face at night. So that was a whole new thing that I had to think about. Clearly, I don't worry about wrinkles. I got thousands now. So the problem with wrinkles, I had to work out a way that it didn't press on the side of the face and didn't cause sort of creases and things like that. So that's also inbuilt as well. I needed to also make sure that you could wear a CPAP mask as well. So you're sleeping in the pillow, a bit like, those massage tables where your face is in the hole like that. That would be great. But the trouble is it pushes your jaw back like that. When you push your jaw back, it pulls your tongue back and causes you to snore and have problems as well. So sleeping on those massage chairs is really, really difficult. Should I say massage tables? So you can't really do it with your tongue being pushed back like that. You needed some way that you didn't put pressure on your jaw. So I wanted to make sure that you could use the CPAP mask while sleeping in that position into the pillow itself. And that was quite useful to just make sure that I can get enough room for the mask and the hose pipe as well that comes off it. You'll see that when I'm eventually allowed to show you this pillow, so I don't worry about people stealing the design straight away. Some people mentioned to me when I was testing out on people that they're worried that it was pressing on their eye and they're worried about glaucoma and things like that. They're worried that when they're sleeping into the pillow, it pushed on their eyes and they felt like it was not working quite as well. It deformed the lens in their eye. All these little things I had to get away from pressure on the eye as well. I had to also worry about people with pectoral shortening. So if you're sleeping like this all the time, your pec muscles get shorter and shorter with time, a bit like your Achilles tendon. If you wear high heels for too long, it gets shorter and you end up walking like this rather than like this. I can't explain it very well, but I didn't want to get to the point where you can't stretch out your pec muscles like this and you feel a bit stiff. I have it a lot because I operate like this all the time as a surgeon. And I guess people who are, software engineers who are typing all day, crunched over their laptop, will have the same problem as well. But I didn't want it to be worse because of the way people sleep on their side like this. So that's why I opened it up a little bit so that this didn't happen so much. Actually, if you slept, rather than sleeping like this, you slept with one arm behind you like this, that reduces that effect even more. But like I said, I'll show you that when I can actually show you the pillow and show how each section of this pillow works in these different areas. I couldn't find a different thing that would like anything else that would definitely not be fixed by my pillow. So as far as I'm concerned, I think it's the most advanced pillow out there for positional sleep. So to try and get you to sleep on your side. I really hope it is. I've tried so hard to get it just right. Now, hopefully, with a little bit of effort, it should be useful for almost all different types of people. I couldn't make one pillow that would fit everyone. If you were, for example, I'm quite short at 5'7", and most sleep apnea patients are roughly 5'9" in the Western world and above. So officially, it's not really designed for my height, but there are lots of people who are 5'7" and even shorter. So I had to work out a way that it would fit those people as well. So I got some people who are 6'4" to lie on it, and it works lovely on them. They feel very comfortable. They can sleep on that. I found also one of my friends who in a previous life was a rugby player, huge guy, like just made of muscle. Now he's more of a corporate sort of guy, so he's gained a little bit of fat on top of it. But I wanted to try it out on him because he's 140 kilos, and I was really worried that my pillow wouldn't be able to support him because I was worried he would still be pressing on his arm, his shoulder would go numb, it wouldn't work for him. And he's the sort of person who sleeps on his front as well. So it would be perfect to try on him. And he said, actually, I showed, and we got him to try it yesterday. He said, oh my God, my arm doesn't feel numb when I'm sleeping on my side. So he could officially sleep on his side. I think he'll probably go back to sleeping on his front again. But hopefully, the point of this pillow is not to cure snoring or cure sleep apnea. It's to make it more comfortable for you to sleep on your side or in the recovery position all night, so that if you have a problem that requires you to sleep on your side, then it will be more comfortable doing it this way. So that's the real sort of point of this pillow design. I wouldn't buy this pillow if you said, if you said, look, I've got snoring, I just want to try this pillow, hopefully it'll stop me snoring. It's not that sort of thing. You could just buy any old pillow and hopefully it'll help you, or just sleep on your side. But if you've been told you must sleep on your side, that's the point of this pillow, to make it more comfortable, to avoid all these problems I was just telling you about. So you can sleep on your side and not feel that you have to sleep on your back at some point. So I forced myself, as I said, to sleep on my side for ages, and I got all these problems and everything. When I got finally the final sort of product from the Chinese manufacturer, and I looked at my design and thought, oh my God, it's working. It's got the dip. So you roll into the pillow and you sleep on one side. Trying sleeping on your back just doesn't work. So you have to lie on your side again. I got all this to work, and I've been sleeping on it for a few weeks now. And I wake up, I go to bed in that position. I wake up in that position as well. So it feels great that it's comfortable and I don't have to keep rolling onto my back and everything. No, I'm really happy that it works. Obviously, it's fantastic for me. And in fact, yesterday, when I was walking back from the hospital, helping patients and whatnot, I was carrying my two pillows with me, going to the car. Someone stopped me just in the street, just outside the hospital, and said, "Hey, where did you get that pillow from? Because I really want one. That looks really nice." And no, that may not feel like very much to you guys, but when you've been working on something since April 2022, and someone comes up to you the first time you sort of walk around with it in public, really, and someone says, "Oh, where did you buy this pillow? This looks really nice. Can I buy one?" And you just think, "Oh, as a sort of inventor, that felt great." It may not, as I said, may not feel like much to you guys, but it was really nice, a bit of like validation. Oh my God, people actually like the look of it as well as I've been thinking about the design, the function, and things like that. So I'll throw out little teasers until I get this all set up. Once I have manufactured, and I'll tell you when it's manufactured, and the ship has picked it up from China and starts bringing it over to the UK, I'll give you little updates about where the ship is, and if it's going around India, if it's going through the Mediterranean, all that sort of stuff. To get those sort of details, actually, I think you're probably best to sign up for my newsletter. The newsletter I'll give out all the details on there, give you more information as it comes out. Once I know that the ship is on its way from China to the UK, then I'll start pre-orders. So if anybody wants to make sure they get one of the first batch when it first comes out, just let me know and I'll make sure there's a pre-order section, because at least I'll know roughly when it's going to arrive in England, when it's available for sale. So if you do want one of these, and I'll have the final price by then, because I'm trying to get a fulfillment center, trying to get the ship and find out how much that's going to cost me. So hopefully we can keep the prices down as much as possible. Trying to get it into the US, actually, at the moment, I've almost given up on. I thought that I could get a warehouse over there. And in fact, the supplier I'm using has a warehouse in the US, but trying to get a ship from China to the US at the moment is really difficult. And there's lots of political stuff about that. At the moment, as far as I can tell, lots of ships are going that direction. And all these cargo ships are sitting there with all their containers. They don't want to unload it because of the tariffs. And so there's little chance I'll be able to afford 130% charge on these pillows. But I haven't, I'm a startup, as it were. So, and I've saved up from 2 years or something to try and buy all these pillows and get it across. I can't afford 130% tariff on it. So my plan is that I'll bring it to the UK. And if anyone in the world wants one of these pillows, I'll pay as much as I can from my profits for your delivery charge. But if there's a tariff or if there is extra in terms of the air freight from UK to America, then there'll be a little bit extra. I believe I'm hoping for it to be about between 10 to 15, no, I think 15 to 20 pounds extra on top of the cost of the pillow to get to the USA. I think it's slightly more expensive to get all the way to Australia, but I've tried to find a fulfillment center that will cover the whole world. So if you do want one, and I've just started. Hopefully, if this takes off and people will buy it, I can start setting up warehouses all around the world where it becomes a little bit easier, cheaper for you to get a delivery. Then I'll do that. But right now, I think at least for the first few years, I'll stick to something that I can make sure I can get my money out of it at least. I spent loads of money on this thing. So hopefully people will like it. And I'll release the first few, the first ship that comes across. I'll release those to my newsletter readers, and you can get pre-orders from there. And once people have liked it and put some nice reviews on, for example, and other people want it, I'll release it to the wider group, and hopefully it'll take off and people will get benefit from it. And if they get benefit from it, they'll probably hopefully tell other people about it as well. And when you share that sort of experience with other people, hopefully other people will buy it, and I can make more pillows and give them out as well. And yeah, fingers crossed it will work. And if you, as I said, if you want to have one of these pre-orders, which will be given as a discount for the first few people who buy this pillow, then join on to my newsletter and I'll give you updates about it, and you'll be first to get a chance of buying one of these pillows. And then once I've got the process working, I know it's working well, I'll release it to the wider community. Anyway, thank you very much for watching this. I'll let you know more about this pillow as it comes out. Do take care. Bye bye.